Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Wheel of Shakespeare Challenge. I'm here with John, Sheila, and Maggie. Just joined us. Good. We have a little bit, it's kind of a smaller group than usual, but glad we got one more joined us. And but even with the four of us, hoping we can put on a good show for you guys today. And with our random performances of the works of Shakespeare for you guys, chosen by the Wheel of Shakespeare. So let's see. So Sheila will be our first monologue. Let's get the wheel for her. Okay, there we go. So Sheila is going to perform. And then John, you're on deck. You'll go after Sheila. Barone is more than need. Love's labor is lost. Act 4, Scene 3. And I believe it starts with "'Tis more than need." So whenever you're ready.
Okay, I'm going through and I have not yet found that speech. There are a lot of his speeches. Oh, there we go. Found it. I'm good. Okay. 'Tis more than need. Have at you then, affection's men-at-arms, consider what you first did swear unto, to fast, to study, and to see no woman. Flat treason 'gainst the kingly state of youth. Say, can you fast? Your stomachs are too young, and abstinence engenders maladies. And whether you have vowed to study, lords, in that each of you have forsworn his book, can you still dream and pore and thereon look? For when would you, my lord, or you, have found the ground of study's excellence within the beauty of a woman's face? Universal plodding poisons up the nimble spirits in the arteries, has motion, and long-during action tires the sinewy vigor of the traveler. Now, for not looking on a woman's face, you have in that forsworn the use of eyes. And study, too, the causer of your vow, for where is any author in the world teaches such beauty as a woman's eye? Learning is but an adjunct to ourself, and where we are, our learning likewise is. Then where ourselves we see in ladies' eyes, do we not likewise see our learning there? Or we have made a vow to study, lords, and in that vow we have forsworn our books. For when would you, my liege, or you, in leaden contemplation have found out such fiery numbers as the prompting eyes of beauty's tutors have enriched you with? Other slow arts entirely keep the brain, and therefore, finding barren practisers, scarce show a harvest of their heavy toil. But love, first learned in a lady's eyes, lives not alone immured in the brain, but with the motion of all elements, courses as swift as thought in every power, and gives to every power a double power above their functions and their offices. It adds a precious seeing to the eye. A lover's eyes will gaze an eagle blind. A lover's ear will hear the lowest sound when the suspicious head of theft is stopped. Love's feelings is more soft and sensible than are the tender horns of cockled snails. Love's tongue proves dainty Bacchus gross in taste, for valor is not love a Hercules, still climbing trees in the Hesperides? Subtle as Sphinx, as sweet and musical as bright Apollo's lute strung with his hair, and when love speaks, the voice of all the gods makes heaven drowsy with the harmony. Never durst poet touch a pen to write until his ink were tempered with love's sighs. Oh, then his lines would ravish savage ears and plant in tyrants mild humility. From women's eyes this doctrine I derive. They sparkle still the right Promethean fire. They are the books, the arts, the academes that show, contain, and nourish all the world. Else none at all in aught proves excellent. Then fools you were in these women to forswear, or, keeping what is sworn, you will prove fools, for wisdom's sake a word that all men love, or for love's sake a word that all loves all men, or for men's sake, the authors of these women, or women's sake, by whom we men are men, let us once lose our oaths to find ourselves, or else we lose ourselves to keep our oaths. It is religion to be thus forsworn, for charity itself fulfills the law, and who can sever love from charity? Scene.
Okay, thanks, Celia. Yeah, we don't see a lot from that play. It's very seldom done, but that's a. I think we only recently added that one to the wheel, so it's a good addition for some variety. Okay, so it's John's turn, and then I'm on deck. But before I go, John will perform. Orsino, music to the Food of Love. So very top of Twelfth Night.
Okay.
So Duke Orsino, this is the opening monologues of Twelfth Night. Whenever you're
Okay. Okay. Moving right along here. If music be the food of love, play on. Give me excess of it, that surfeiting the appetite may sicken and so die. That strain again, it had a dying fall. Oh, it came o'er my ear like a sweet sound that breathes upon a bank of violets, stealing and giving odor. Enough, no more. 'Tis not so sweet now as it was before. O spirit of love, how quick and fresh art thou, that notwithstanding thy capacity receiveth as the sea, naught enters there, of what validity and pitch soe'er, but falls in abatement and low price, even in a minute. So full of shapes is fancy that it alone is high fantastical.
okay, thanks, John. Good job. So my turn, and then Maggie. So my monologue is going to be constant, going to be made. Gone to be married? Gone to swear a peace? False blood to false blood joined? Gone to be friends? Shall Lewis have Blanche and Blanche those provinces? It is not so. Thou hast misspoke, misheard. Be well advised, tell o'er thy tale again. It cannot be. Thou dost but say 'tis so. Trust I may not trust thee, for thy word is but the vain breath of a common man. Believe me, I do not believe thee, man. I have a king's oath to the contrary. Thou shalt be punished for thus frighting me, for I am sick and capable of fears, oppressed with wrongs and therefore full of tears, a widow, husbandless, subject to fears, a woman naturally born to fears. And though thou now confess thou didst but jest, my vexed spirits I cannot take a truce, that they will quake and tremble all this day. What dost thou mean by shaking of thy head? Why dost thou look so sadly on my son? What means that hand upon thy breast of thine? Why holds thine eye that lamentable room, like a proud river peering o'er his bounds? By these sad signs confirmers of thy words? Then speak again. Not all thy former tale, but this one word, whether thy tale be true. All right, so we have Maggie, and then we'll do our scenes. Maggie, you will be doing... Antigone, Humble Babe.
Okay, it's going to take me a second. Winter's Tale.
This is
3, because I don't have my normal page open already with the I'm trying to find because I have a file I keep the connections with. So open, recent, closed web pages. Excuse me just a second. Sorry about that. Normally I have them all ready. Okay, it's copy. We're getting very close. By the way, I am going to be in a production of Love's Labour's Lost in England on August 11th. I put it in the chat. I'll send it out to you.
We're actually working, or is this virtual?
Pardon me? Sorry?
Is this virtual, or are you actually going to be in England for that?
It's live, and it is very possible that they'll live stream it, and people will also be able to see it later. It's for charity, so they would like a little donation, but 3-3. But anyway, it will be available eventually if people are not in England. So I am, okay, I have it.
Okay, great. So whenever you're ready.
Come, poor babe. I have heard, but not believed, the spirits of the dead may walk again. If such a thing be, thy mother appeared to me last night, for ne'er was a dream so like a waking. To me comes a creature, sometimes her head on one side, some another. I never saw a vessel of like sorrow, so filled and so becoming. In pure white robes, like very sanctity, she did approach my cabin where I lay. Thrice bowed before me, and gasping to begin some speech, her eyes became two spouts. The fury spent, anon did this break from her. Good Antigonus, since fate against thy better disposition had made thy person for the thrower out of my poor babe, according to thine oath, places remote enough are in Bohemia. There weep and leave it crying. And for the babe is counted lost forever. Perdita, I pray thee, call it. For this ungentle business put on thee by my lord, thou never shalt see thy wife Paulina more. And so, with shrieks, she melted into air. Affrighted much, I did in time collect myself, and thought this was so and no slumber. Dreams are toys, yet for this once, yea, superstitiously, I will be squared by this. I do believe Hermione hath suffered death, and that Apollo would, thus being indeed the issue of King Polixenes, it should here be laid, either for life or death, upon the earth of its right father. Blossom, speed thee well. There lie, and there thy character. There these, which may, if fortune please, both breed thee pretty and still rest thine. The storm begins. Poor wretch, that for thy mother's fault art thus exposed to loss and what may follow. Weep I cannot, but my heart bleeds, and most accursed am I to be by oath enjoined to this. Farewell. The day frowns more and more. Thou art like to have a lullaby too rough. I never saw the heavens so dim by day. A savage clamor. Well, I may get aboard. This is the chase. I am gone forever.
Exit pursued by bear. Okay. Thank you for the good work on monologues today, everybody. With only 4 people, now I wish we had a better turnout. Ordinarily, I would suggest, why don't we do a second round of monologues before we spin for scenes? But I do have plans to visit family later today, so maybe it's for the best that we got a small group and that we'll have a shorter round this time. So hope nobody minds that. So we're going to go right to we're going to spin for scenes for great roles for the 4 of us. Freezing here. Okay, Macbeth and Macduff. That's their final confrontation. Macbeth and Macduff. Act 5, Scene 8. Actually, I'm going to spin again because we only have 4 of it. That's a 3-person scene. We don't have a 5th person to do that role. Okay, King's on. Get some good. Everyone's going to get a decent role on this one. This is. Oh, actually, no. Actually, no, I realized Louis the Dauphin. The last time we got this one, we realized that's a small role, so I'm just going to give that some. Cardinal Pandolf is a decent role. Pandolf and Louis the Dauphin. So Louis the Dauphin, I will just give to somebody. The 4 roles will be Macbeth, Macduff, Cardinal Pandolf, or doing a second monologue. Those are the 4 choices. So Sheila will have the first choice amongst those. What would you like?
Oh, I would love to be the Scotsman. I'd love to be Macbeth.
Okay. Sheila will be Macbeth. John, what would you like?
The monologue, please.
Okay, John's going to do a second monologue. I'll do the Macbeth scene with Sheila. We'll be Macbeth and Macduff, and so that leaves Sheila to be Cardinal. Sheila will be Cardinal.
No, it's me. I'm the Cardinal. Shelia's already Macbeth, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just called you the wrong name. Sorry about that. So Maggie will be the Cardinal, and then let's see. Why don't we say And then I'll just also do the other. I'll do the scene with Maggie. I'll be the small role with her. Okay. So let me create the banner for this and find.
Ready?
I'm still gonna find it here. Okay, so yeah, from the top of the scene, actually, I'll take myself out and then enter Macduff. I'll come back into the scene on the enter Macduff.
Why should I play the Roman fool and die on mine own sword? Whiles I see lives, the gashes do better upon them.
Turn, hellhound, turn!
Of all men else I have avoided thee. But get thee back. My soul is too much charged with blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is my sword. Thou bloodier villain than terms can give thee out.
Thou losest labor. As easy mayest thou the entrenchant air with thy keen sword impress as make me bleed. Let fall thy blade on vulnerable cress. I bear a charmed life which must not yield to one of woman born.
Despair thy charm, and that the angel whom thou still hast served tell thee, Macduff was from his mother's womb untimely ripped.
Accursed be that tongue that tells me so, for it hath cowed my better part of man. Be these juggling fiends no more believed that palter with us in a double sense, that keep the word of promise to our ear and break it to our home. I'll not fight with thee.
Yield thee, coward, and live to be the show and gaze of the time. We'll have thee as our rarest monsters are, painted on a pole and under writ, here may you see the tyrant.
I will not yield to kiss the ground before young Malcolm's feet, and to be baited with the rabble's curse. Though Burnham would be come to Dunsinane, and thou opposed be of no woman born, yet I will try the last. Before my body I throw my warlike shield. Lay on, Macduff, and damn be him that first cries, hold enough.
Hey, short but sweet. A lot of fun in that short bit. Okay, so let's see. Myself and Maggie will do the Louis the Dauphin and Cardinal Handel.
So it starts after King Philip exits, I believe.
Give me a second to find out. I was looking at it. Sounds right what you're like to see. Constant.
Yes, take your time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so. I would start with, I'll say, there's nothing in this world can
Correct.
make me joy. Okay.
That's where I am too.
There's nothing in this world can make me joy. Life is as tedious as a twice-told tale, vexing the dull ear of a drowsy man, and bitter shame hath spoiled the sweet world's taste, that it yields not but shame and bitterness.
Before the curing of a strong disease, even in the instant of repair and health, the fit is strongest. Evils that take leave on their departure most of all show evil. What have you lost by losing of this day?
All days of glory, joy, and happiness.
If you had won it, certainly you had. No, no, when fortune means to men most good, she looks upon them with a threatening eye. 'Tis strange to think how much King John hath lost in this which he accounts so clearly won. Are not you grieved that Arthur is his prisoner?
Hardly is he as glad he hath him.
Your mind is all as youthful as your blood. Now hear me speak with a prophetic spirit. For even the breath of what I mean to speak shall blow each dust, each straw, each little rub out of the path which shall directly lead thy foot to England's throne. And therefore, mark. John, whoops, my script just got too big for no reason. John hath seized Arthur, and it cannot be that whilst warm life plays in that infant's veins, the misplaced John should entertain an hour, 1 minute, nay, one quiet breath of rest. A scepter snatched with an unruly hand must be as boisterously maintained as gained. And he that stands upon a slippery place makes nice of no vile hold to stay him up. That John may stand, then Arthur needs must fall. So be it, for it cannot be but so.
What shall I gain by young Arthur's fall?
You, in the right of Lady Blanche, your wife, may then make all the claim that Arthur did.
And lose it, life and all, as Arthur did.
How green you are and fresh in this old world. John lays you plots. The times conspire with you. For he that steeps his safety in true blood shall find but bloody safety and untrue. This act so evilly born shall cool the hearts of all his people and freeze up their zeal, that none so small advantage shall step forth to check his reign, but they will cherish it. No natural exhalation in the sky, no scope of nature, no distempered day, no common wind, no customed event, but they will pluck away his natural cause and call them meteors, prodigies and signs, abortives, presages and tongues of heaven, plainly denouncing vengeance upon John.
Maybe he will not touch young Arthur's life, but hold himself safe in his imprisonment.
Oh, sir, when he shall hear of your approach, if that young Arthur be not gone already, even at the news, he dies. And then the hearts of all his people shall revolt from him and kiss the lips of unacquainted change and pick strong matter of revolt and wrath out of the bloody fingers ends of John. Methinks I see this Hurley all on foot. And oh, what better matter breeds for you than I have named? The bastard Falconridge is now in England, ransacking the church, offending charity. If but a dozen French were there in arms, they would be as a call to train 10,000 English to their side, or as a little snow tumbled about, anon becomes a mountain. Oh, noble Dauphin, go with me to the king. 'Tis wonderful what may be wrought out of their discontent, now that their souls are topful of offense. For England go, I will wet on the king.
Strong reasons make strong actions. Let us go. If you say aye, the king will not say no. Okay. So lastly, John opted to do a second monologue. So let's get the monologue wheel back for him, and we'll conclude with save this here. And then let's okay, so John's final monologue. Spin the first time I tapped it. Falstaff. Good one. Finals and inspection. Henry IV Act, Part 1, Act 5, Scene 1's very end. So now I'll even give you your cue. Thou owest God death.
Yeah, okay. Let me see here.
Act 5, Scene 1 of Henry IV, Part 1. So
Okay, I was seeing here. Almost there. Act 5, Scene 1. Let me see. Some trouble here. We go full screen here. I can't do this. Okay.
The very end of the scene.
Okay, I'm ready. Do you want to do that for me?
Yeah. I'll give you your cue. Yeah. Why thou owest God a death.
'Tis not due yet. I would be loath to pay him before his day. What need I be so forward with him that calls not on me? Well, 'tis no matter. Honor pricks me on. Yea, but how if honor prick me off when I come on? How then? Can honor set to a leg? No. Or an arm? No. Or take away the grief of a wound? No. Honor hath no skill in surgery then. Now, what is honor? A word? What is in that word honor? What is that honor? Air, a trim reckoning. Who hath it? Well, he that died on Wednesday. Doth he feel it? No. Doth he hear it? No. 'Tis insensible then. Yea, to the dead. But will it not live with the living? No. Why? Detraction will not suffer it. Therefore, I'll none of it. Honor is a mere scutcheon, and so ends my catechism.
Okay. Thanks, John. And thanks, everybody, for the good performances today. We had a shorter round than usual. And like I said, I would extend it, but being family based, so maybe it's good that we had fewer people turn out today. But not that it wasn't still a lot of fun, just with the 3 other people that joined us. We hope the people watching enjoyed and that you'll join us the same time next week on this channel for the Wheel of Shakespeare Challenge every Saturday at noon Pacific time. Take care. See everybody.